Hey, how's it going, guys? It's sort of a double feature video for you guys today. I'm going to be showing off my Alfred Hitchcock collection as well as a quick DVD Blu-ray update. Now, I've done collections in the past, you know, like I did my Stephen King collection, I did my John Carpenter collection, stuff like that. So I figured I would do my Hitchcock collection now, since I did show my Masterpiece Collection box set in my last update. I don't own all of his films, but I do have quite a few, you know, a lot of the more popular titles. So I figure I'll get into that first, and then I'll show you guys a quick DVD Blu-ray update. So I'm going to start with my single disc release of my Alfred Hitchcock collection DVDs. And first I'm going to start with The Birds. This is the Universal Collector's Edition. Really great film, as you guys know. It's a classic. I mean, I'm sure most of you have seen it. Definitely some classic scenes in here. My son really enjoys this one. You know, for an old film, you know, to have a 9-year-old actually enjoy it, I mean, it's got to be saying something. You know, Hitchcock is just a master. One of the greatest directors of all time, if not the greatest, you know, especially when it comes to suspense. And The Birds is just a classic film, and you know, just how some of the simplest things can become so scary. You know, I mean, you got Bird just overwhelming a town, and just some really great scenes, as I said. I mean, the eye-pecking scene, just classic. You know, the gas station scene. My son kind of gets a kick out of that one, kind of laughs about that. But you know, just some really good stuff overall. Classic, and definitely worth checking out if you guys haven't seen it. As always, I always welcome opinions, so please post below, comment, and let me know what you think of all of these films that I'm showing you in this update. Next up, we have probably the most famous Hitchcock film, Psycho. Seems to be the majority favorite as well. Again, another classic, you can't deny that. Amazing film, absolutely love it, one of my favorite horror films of all time. Next we have Murder. Pretty cool storyline, you know, not one of his more popular titles, but definitely a good one. We have one of my personal favorites, Rebecca. This is the premiere collection re-released by MGM. Next we have Strangers on a Train. This is the Hitchcock film that's featured in Terror in the Aisles. Then we have Dial M for Murder. Next up we have some Criterion Hitchcock releases. So first up we have The Lady Vanishes. Again, this is the Criterion Collection release. This is the original release from Criterion Collection. This has been re-released, also released on Blu-ray as well from Criterion. But this again is the first issue. It's Criterion Collection number 3, so an early release. Then we have 39 Steps. Now this is one of my favorites when it comes to atmosphere. I think it has a great setting in this one. I love the moor imagery. It's just amazing. You know, the scenes that take place in the moor is just really great stuff. Definitely one of Hitchcock's best films. I wouldn't necessarily call it underrated, but I don't know. There's just something about this film that I guess I don't think it gets enough recognition. I mean, the atmosphere is just incredible in this. You know, just amazing, amazing atmosphere, great sets, and really, really enjoy it. Next, we have the Criterion release of Rebecca. As I said just a few moments ago, one of my favorite Hitchcock films. This is a 2-disc set. Next, we have a rare one. This is Spellbound. Has been re-released by MGM, but this is the Criterion release. Again, very rare. And the last Criterion release that I own is Notorious. Great film. Probably one of Hitchcock's best films overall. Next up we have a few collections, and we have Alfred Hitchcock, The Legend Begins. It's a 20-movie classics set. The films on here are Alfred Hitchcock Presents The Cheney Vase, Alfred Hitchcock Presents The Sorcerer's Apprentice, Blackmail, Champagne, Easy Virtue, The Farmer's Wife, Jamaica Inn, Juno and the Paycock, The Lady Vanishes, The Lodger, The Man Who Knew Too Much, The Manxman, Number 17, Rich and Strange, The Ring, Sabotage, Secret Agent, The Skin Game, The 39 Steps, Young and Innocent. Then also has bonus features. I also have this Alfred Hitchcock, A Legacy of Suspense 20 Films collection, which has the exact same 20 films that I just mentioned, but it also contains a bonus documentary, a never-before-seen documentary chronicling his fascinating journey on the art of filmmaking. So that's why I picked this one up. Very cheap. I got this for, I think, $4. And we also have Turner Classic Movies, Greatest Classic Films Collection, Hitchcock Thrillers. It contains Suspicion, Strangers on a Train once again, The Wrong Man, and I Confess. So 4 more Hitchcock films. And then, of course, finally, to top it off, we have Alfred Hitchcock, The Masterpiece Collection, which I showed in my last DVD Blu-ray update. This is the Blu-ray limited edition set. It comes with 15 films, which I am about to show you one by one. Alright, so in the Masterpiece Collection, again, 15 films, all on Blu-ray. I'm going to go through them one by one. First we have Saboteur, Shadow of a Doubt, which is another one of my favorites. Rope, again, another good one. Rear Window, seems to be another favorite among fans. The Trouble with Harry, which is a more comedic Hitchcock film. Highly entertaining, though. And we have The Man Who Knew Too Much. Criterion has also released this Hitchcock film, but I do not own the Criterion Collection edition. Then we have Vertigo, considered by many to be one of the greatest films of all time. Next we have North by Northwest, Hitchcock's take on James Bond. I read once that he was asked to direct a new James Bond film, and he commented that he had already done that with North by Northwest. And we have Psycho again. We have The Birds again. Then we have Marnie, very good film. Torn Curtain. Topaz, probably the weakest of the bunch in my opinion. Frenzy. And finally, Hitchcock's final film, Family Plot. So again, 15 films, all on Blu-ray, great collection. So that does it for my Alfred Hitchcock collection. Again, guys, comment below. Please let me know what you think of all these films. Let me know what your favorite is, what your least favorite is. I'm definitely curious to know. There are a few more I'd like to get, including Lifeboat. That's one Alfred Hitchcock film that I'd really love to get a hold of. I've been looking for the DVD around in stores. Haven't come across it yet, so I may just have to order that one. But yeah, again, my Alfred Hitchcock collection. Let me know what you think, guys. And now I'm going to move on to just a quick DVD Blu-ray update. Alright, so now I got just a few titles I picked up recently. First, picked up That's My Boy, Adam Sandler film, Andy Samberg. I'm an Adam Sandler fan. I don't care what people say about his most recent films. I still enjoy him. I still find him entertaining. My son is a fan of Adam Sandler as well, so picked this up, got it for a good price, and haven't watched it yet, but I actually hear that it's pretty funny. Also picked up The Dilemma. And on top of being an Adam Sandler fan, my son is also a Kevin James fan. I am as well. Also Vince Vaughn, hilarious to me, so I've been wanting to check this one out for a long time. It says big laughs. I'm pretty sure that I will get some big laughs out of this one. Again, I like both of these guys. I like their comedic performances in other films, so I definitely think this is one that I'm going to enjoy. Speaking of Kevin James, picked up Here Comes the Boom. This one was mainly for my son. Again, he's a big Kevin James fan. He really likes Paul Blart Mall Cop as well as Zookeeper, so figured he would like this one as well. Picked up the final season of Weeds, Season 8. This is the Target exclusive with a bonus disc inside. Had to get that on the day it was released. And I finally picked up Gone with the Wind. I have never owned this film. I have no idea why. They had the Scarlet Edition. They didn't have the limited edition in the big box. I probably would have gotten that one. Probably just would have cashed in and paid the big bucks for that set. But I came across this. This is the original release in the snapper case, and I just really love the artwork on it. And this is good enough for me for now. So maybe until I come across that limited edition, I'll hold on to this one. So yeah, definitely a great film. One of the greatest films of all time. It's long. It's not really tough to sit through, even though it's long, because it's such a highly entertaining film, and the performances are great. But you definitely got to put aside some time in order to watch this one. And finally, I picked up the Blu-ray limited edition gift set of the Dark Knight trilogy. Now, I own all 3 of the films already. I don't own Batman Begins on Blu-ray until now. The set was cheap enough. I figured why not just pick it up. I finally got around to watching The Dark Knight Rises recently, and I have to say I actually really enjoyed it. I heard a lot of mixed things about it. I think a lot of people hyping it up because of the huge fan base for The Dark Knight. But I actually really enjoyed it. Mainly because of the ending. I have to say the ending was really well done. I really loved how they ended the film and the trilogy. And yeah, just really enjoyed it overall. I thought Bane was a pretty cool villain. and I really like the voice that Tom Hardy used as Bane. I just expected it to be different for some reason, and there was something just eerie about it, something just off. I don't know. Really enjoyed that performance. Good film overall. Great trilogy. Definitely one of the best in my opinion. So glad to have this set. So that's it, guys. Comment below. Let me know what you think. I appreciate all your comments, all your support, and I'll get back to you guys soon. Thanks.